Good. Nice. We actually need to correct the images that we capture. And Mars, the Martian atmosphere has sort of dust in the atmosphere, which tends to cast a sort of a browny yellow hue over everything. So effectively, we have to perform a colour correction, if you like. It's a bit more complicated than that, but essentially that's what we're doing. Of the eventual PanCam calibration target. What we'll have done pre-launch is very painstakingly characterize the properties of our calibration target. There's no point then putting it on your rover and sending it to Mars, because as soon as it becomes to sunlight, over a period of time, it'll change. The colours will become faded and bleached. Colours in those stained glass windows are as good today as they were sort of centuries ago, because essentially the glass absorbs the ultraviolet and sort of protects the chemicals that are actually giving you the various colours. So that's where we came up with the idea of, for these targets, actually making them out of little bits of stained glass and sending effectively a little stained glass window made in Wales to Mars.
Stained glass have been around for millennia. The Romans, the Egyptians, they've all had glasses of different colours, and if you go to places like the British Museum, you'll see Roman glass. Now, in the process of glass making, commercial glass making, a lot of it was using sand and limestone, which is the basis of these glasses, and you throw stuff in, varying colorants.
I think it's absolutely wonderful. The Christian faith has always wanted to contribute to scientific experimentation and exploration, and has done so substantially over the centuries. So this is just one more step in a process that's been going on for a long time.
What you really want to see is something that you haven't seen before. And I always use, by way of an example, if we actually saw coal on Mars, that would be pretty significant, right? We live in hope, but we need to be able to have the camera, the PanCam, and the calibration target to actually do the processing, generate the reflectance spectra, and therefore we can actually, if we do find coal, we know it's coal and not something else. I'm happy sending my robots to Mars, but no, ultimately it would be fantastic if we actually were able to send humans to Mars. But there's an awful lot we need to know about Mars before we start doing that, and that's why we send robots, and that's why we need instruments like the PanCam.